Welcome to the TWSN YouTube channel. My name is Nick Hogan, and today we're going to be doing a film breakdown offensive tackle and NFL draft prospect Charles Cross out of Mississippi State. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel as well as following our Twitter accounts located below. If you follow the NFL draft, you've got to be familiar with Charles Cross's name, as he's likely popping up in the top 10 on many mock drafts and other evaluations, and that's because he is the third best offensive tackle prospect, or at least considered to be the third best by most evaluators, behind Evan Neal and Ikem Ekwonu. Some people have him higher, some lower, but really those who love Cross love his pass blocking ability. So here's a good example of his pass blocking ability. His great footwork really sets him apart from other prospects. It allows him to get extensions in space like this, matching up against really speedy defenders. This is what the NFL's pass blocking is all about. Can you block really fast guys on the edge? Cross's feet allows them to do that. Aside from his footwork, another great ability of Cross is his vision. You're going to see LSU on the right side defensive line here run a classic cross stunt between number 3 and number 7. And Cross, playing left tackle, is going to have the job of picking up the looping defender that is number 7. And you can see here when we unfreeze it, he really just kicks him out with a violent hit. A lot of prospects don't have the vision and the ability to see those kind of stunts coming. NFL teams do it all the time. That'll be very, very useful for him at the next level. While his skill in the passing game is really, really effective, his run blocking has been viewed as a question mark to some evaluators. Here's a good example of his work, working on a double team here against Georgia. So he's teaming up here with his guard, makes the initial block. It's a great push, and Mississippi State ends up scoring a touchdown on this play. But we're going to look at another example against Georgia in that same game, where it's a little bit more of a bad example from Cross. And it really is one of his few flaws, is his hands can get really wide on run blocks. You can see right here, look at his hand placement outside of the shoulder pads on the defender, and he kind of follows and leans that way throughout the rest of the play. So you can see here, when we press play, he's leaning once again, and he's grabbing the outside of the shoulder pads. That can lead to a lot of holding calls in the NFL. Overall, it's likely that Cross is a much better pass blocker than run blocker because of the system he played in at Mississippi State. Under head coach Mike Leach, they ran a true air raid offense where they threw the ball at a much higher clip than what they ran the ball. And so that really allowed Cross to develop those pass blocking skills rather than those run blocking abilities. But in the NFL, he could likely go to a scheme where they incorporate the run a lot more, and he could develop those skills. He also weighs just over 300 pounds, but his frame is big enough where he could put on some weight, and that would surely help him. But for Cross, really, it's just all about the fit. He needs a team who's willing to showcase those pass blocking abilities and let those transition to the NFL. He's not your true grit and grind run blocker like somebody like a Trevor Penning, for example. He's going to be huge in the pass game, and that's what he is. For more information on what makes Cross an elite prospect, check out my scouting report on the TWSN website. For now, thanks for stopping by.